Well, hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we're back on episode number 30. And we have some technical details. And if some of you wanted to watch this on Rumble, it seems that there was an issue. I don't know why I set everything up, but my system is saying that it's not working on Rumble right now. But you can watch right now on YouTube and on X, YouTube, the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, and on X with Kinesics. I don't know what happened. I said everything correctly, and I certainly don't know how to fix it. But I apologize if you wanted to. Well, you cannot be watching this through Rumble right now. Let me make sure that I close some. Here a couple things. I want to make sure that I have everything ready before we begin, and just in case I want to double check if I can just in case try to you give me 1 second. I don't know, RTMP. It should be working, but it did not. Well, you know, there's always something going on. That's how it is. We're in episode 30. We have quite a track record. I don't know what went on with Rumble, but we must continue. Anyway, the recording will always be uploaded to Rumble, so that would be more than enough. We need to start wishing happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. And by the way, we should be thankful all over the world for many things. We should be thankful. I should be thankful for having such an amazing audience and so many amazing body language bodies. And have had this. I generated this image in Grok. I generated this image in Grok. I just asked for a humongous roasted turkey in the middle of New York, and that's what I got. That's exactly what I got. This is the magic of AI. We have a lot of AI today. And by the way, there are a couple things that I will update you. Let me just make sure that I don't trigger something here that I couldn't. I'm starting to do interviews. I wanted you to know this. I'm starting to do interviews, and today I'm going to be interviewing Ed Latimore later this evening. It will be uploaded afterwards. I've been a huge fan of Ed, but that's something that I'm doing right now. So in X, if you know of somebody who you would like me to interview, any topic is fair game. I just want to begin warming up the engines with this and any topic, since this is the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel and I am curious about anything. Well, you can pitch anybody, you can tag anybody. Hey, I think that you should absolutely go on Jesus' show. Again, I haven't done my first interview. I interviewed Lady C on my Royal Rogue channel some months ago. That went quite well. That was much better than that expected. But I expect this to be a great addition to my channel. There's a set of interviews that I'm going to do. So let's see, what else do we have here? Happy Thanksgiving from Donald Trump. And this was a very special way of wishing Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including to the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry, our country will soon be respected, productive, fair, and strong, and you will be more than ever before proud to be and American. Great message, and well, including the radical left lunatics. Including the radical left lunatics was a nice touch. And you know that I told you that we were gonna have some amount of AI in this show, and this is the lore accurate depiction of the original Thanksgiving. I understand that this Smithsonian should have a 3D diorama of this. It should have a diorama of this. I posted on Jesus community post, and yeah, I replied. So sometimes I can reply to your comments. Sometimes I have a time. I'm keeping an eye on your comments. You are in the live chat. You can interact. If you have a nice comment, if you have a great comment, I will highlight it. It's so awesome. And but there are other ways that we can use AI. I'm also looking forward to interview some people in the AI industry of something that fascinates me and something that we will have to deal with. And today, what you're about to see, I mean, I watched this. I watched this on my X account, and I'm really used to. I follow a lot of people who are really geniuses with AI. Generating not only images but videos. Like the video that is generated by AI right now, it's better than deep fakes, it's better than Photoshop, it's better than anything that I've done in the past. You know that I have experience with that, but I really haven't really worked myself with these tools because I'm going into another direction. But I'm willing to showcase what is the possibility. And today was, let's say, since all this AI craze began, what you're about to see was really funny. I found it extremely funny myself, but at the same time, it was concerning. You have to watch it for yourself. Maybe watching it's much better than 1,000 of my words. Watch this. This is the supposed actual take, or the behind the scenes take of that video of Kamala that we analyzed yesterday.
Friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned.
No, wait a minute. I'm messing this up because I'm messing this. I'm going to play this from the beginning because I didn't notice that you weren't watching the whole frame. You have to watch this from the beginning again. This happens. This is just the things that happen live.
Friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to. But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we did.
This is from Dr. Clown PhD. If you want more of this content, go and follow him on X. I don't know in which other platform he is, but this was such. I saw this. And I realized, yeah, we are at the gates of something big. I already knew that. Like, I made a video about how so many people has been fooled on Facebook with AI slop, things that it's fake. And we are talking about images. And we're talking about blog posts that are made up. What happens when your grandmother or your grandfather stumbles upon this on Facebook and thinks that this is legit? It stumbles on any other video and thinks that that is legit. Or somebody makes a video about you. They take a picture, okay, because this is generated from just one frame. Okay, you get one frame, one image, one still from the video, and you can generate that, just type in one text. Now imagine somebody gets a picture of you on Facebook or in any other social media and just creates a video of you doing something, some shenanigans. Okay, so it is already concerning. But this level of, keeping the consistency of the character, keeping the consistency of the face, of Kamala's face, I hadn't seen something like this. So imagine what is going to be Facebook right now. All those WhatsApp groups that is going to be on fire with fake news. This is the real beginning. This is the real beginning of the actual fake news avalanche that we're about to face. And well, it's not to brag, but I'm going to tell you this. I tweeted this on October 17, and I guess that I became some sort of Latino Nostradamus. I tweeted, "Somebody be kind and remind her that there's no pain that Hennessy can't fix." Yes, well, I think she took that too literally. So many of you have already seen mainstream media. Well, the mainstream media lies, but we are talking about that anybody can create anything from any of your images. That is scary. That is scary, and can just clone your voice, clone your likeness, and do all sorts of things. That's why Kamala also released this Thanksgiving video with her husband, and my first thought was this was AI generated. That is scary, right? I mean, I have been working with special effects like for many years, like since we're talking about 2005. I've been working with Photoshop and video editing since 2000s, since much before that. And I am an AI enthusiast. I love special effects. I love the technology behind deepfakes. And even knowing all that, I wonder if this is AI generated. That is something that is worth thinking. This seems to be legit. Let's watch this.
Everyone, and happy Thanksgiving.
Today we come together to reflect on what we are thankful for and to share our appreciation for one another.
Well, it's so vanilla so far that it seems legit, I guess.
Surrounded by family, friends, and
see the volume should be higher so you can listen
those
better.
We cherish. We cook our favorite recipes. We share family stories, serve those in need, and give thanks for our blessings.
Yeah, this is too vanilla. This is way too vanilla and bland. It should have been even Kamala with her expression. It's like, well, you know that she was sloshed, right? I think plastered is the other word that can be used for this. She was plastered.
On Thanksgiving, we also express our gratitude as a nation for our service members and their families who sacrifice so much to protect our nation and our most sacred values.
We are truly grateful for their service.
And the music couldn't be cheesier. This is tacky. This is too tacky. I know that you have to be formal and stuff, but the music, no, it was way too tacky for anything.
So again, from our family to yours,
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, no, I hammered. Yeah, hammered is also a word that we could use here. hammer, plaster, slush, stone. That is nice about the English language. We have so many words for being for what. Sometimes we have mostly peaceful memes that are easier to spot, right? Like those made by Politirican. Politirican has become one of my favorite accounts on X. He makes such a great memes such as this.
Shake your left foot, gobble, shake your right foot, gobble, shake your tail now, gobble, gobble, gobble.
I don't know. This you're gonna say what kind of show is this, Jesus? What kind of show is this? What we came here to get. Yeah, you came here to have a good time, and I will give you a good time. And yes, this again, this was made by Politirican on X.
Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble.
I cannot play this. I cannot play this that much because I know that I could get some kind of copyright stuff on YouTube. But it's more than enough. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. This is
the turkey goes. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Well, this is. I mean, I don't want you to sleep soundly tonight. You will see the Kamala dancing turkey when you close your eyes, and for the next 7 days, you will get a phone call and somebody says 7 days. And speaking of nightmares, we got this. This was another. Some of you were asking who could paint a Ferrari like this. You know that Ferrari and many other high-end luxury, or in this case sports, we could then call them sports cars. They have very specific rules when you want to paint or modify the cars. I think the Ferrari is really strict about that. And this image is AI as well. Nobody has done this. I remember that it was Justin Bieber that got into a lot of trouble because he basically just wrapped a sports car in leopard skin, and well, the manufacturer got really angry about that. And well, this is not something that you can do. Well, you can do if you don't want to get a Ferrari from the dealer anymore. You will be able to buy it from someone else, but no, you will not be able to do this. But at the same time, we find out that Ferrari did not learn from Jaguars or Fagwars or whatever is the name lesson. And we have this, thanks to Nick Sortor. Ferrari has now gone woke and is preaching inclusivity. And nothing says inclusivity like requiring background checks and social status checks for entire families. No, it's not enough to make sure that you haven't modified your Ferrari. I remember the anecdote of John Carmack, one of the creators of Doom, that the first thing that he did when he got, the Doom money was to, I think it was the Doom money or the Wolfenstein money. He bought a Ferrari, and the very next day he went to an aftermarket garage, and he installed a turbocharger. He modified a lot of things, and Ferrari got really mad at that. I understand that they banned him for I don't know how many years, but it's John Carmack. Maybe he can do whatever he wants with his Ferrari, but that is a thing. And then it is like counterintuitive, right? Like Ferrari is so careful with their cars and their clients, but now they want to really F up their clients. We proudly reaffirm our commitment to equality equity, and inclusion by endorsing the new Diversity and Inclusion Charter alongside F1 and the FIA. Through encouraging education, breaking biases, maybe unconscious biases, but who knows, and ensuring transparency, we're creating a more inclusive industry. All gobbledygook, all, word salad, or unnecessary. Why is this unnecessary? Which Ferrari client needs this? Who, in their sane mind, with money to buy a Ferrari, would need this? And this is what Nick Sortor pointed out. Pass a background check. This is if you want to buy a Ferrari from the dealer. You can always buy a Ferrari at the aftermarket. Aftermarket is the name. Is in the market. Somebody a second-hand Ferrari. Pass a background check. Potential Ferrari owners must first undergo an extensive background check to ensure they fit the mold of the brand and its desired image. If at some point I get to have the money to buy a Ferrari, it seems that I won't be able to do so because they would instantly look at my Twitter account, my X account, and say, "Oh, this guy is a racist, misogynist, or something like that, and he can't have one of our cars." Well, so be it. I want a Cybertruck in all cases. The company checks your driver history to see if you have any significant accidents or vehicle-related incidents. All right. Other factors might include family background. You're gonna check my family background. You're not gonna get my business. I'm not gonna buy your cars. I have, just to be clear, the only Ferrari I've ever wanted to have is the Ferrari Enzo. That is my favorite. It's not my favorite Ferrari. It's the only Ferrari I have ever liked. The Ferrari Enzo was perfection in design. That design was just perfection. It's one of my, my best three high-end sports cars of ever. But this is not worth it. Social status. This is what? China? The social credit score, and additional affiliations. So if you are on or near the body language guy, Jesus Enrique Rosas, you might as well don't have a Ferrari. Don't say you watch my show because you will not be able to buy a Ferrari either. The company's selection criteria may change depending on the make and model you're interested in. In some cases, you may get put on a wait list. Yeah, you know what that means. It's like the wait list of Rolex, which is completely made up. So be patient and do your research. Yeah, they absolutely lost the plot big time, and well, I really couldn't care less. And it's sad because I don't think that the original makers of this of this brand, Enzo Ferrari, I don't think that he would have wanted something like this. Oh, this is nonsense. This is woke nonsense. And you know what else is nonsense? Now that we are speaking about history, that we are speaking about legacy, I find this the sign of the times. Thank you, Lulu, LA, flying the flag of our British royals. The best of British is being destroyed. This is a cautionary tale of things to come. The woke mind virus, the destruction of classical ideas, the obliteration of traditions is still going on. No matter if you think that we might have gone over the top and we're no. This is bad. Smithfield Meat Market and Billingsgate Fish Market are sadly to be closed after 850 years. 850 years trading after City of London Corporation voted to withdraw support. I don't understand how can private citizens, fund this in some way? How a market that has been active for more than 800 years. This is almost what a millennia. It's like 800 years that it's gonna close because what? Here they were back in the 1960s, and I can guess why there are no people who want to finance this, because all the British millionaires are fleeing to other countries, All of them are just leaving the UK. It's like in Germany. They are leaving Germany, leaving the UK. They don't want anything to do with this economies, these governments who are destroying not only the livelihood of British citizens, but also culture and tradition. They are essentially erasing history. They want to erase history, and this is just part of the globalization agenda that we must fight. This has to be called out. This has to be stopped in some way. But sadly, everything is about the money. And if the country keeps scaring the money away, if the country keeps scaring millionaires away, I know that many people, they are millionaires, they can go and take their money elsewhere. Yeah, but then that means that the government will end up controlling the means of production, which is ultimately the Marxist approach to things. And you know what happens then? That you can control the population. If you can control the means of production, if you can control, that's why the taxes, the inheritance tax for the farmers, all is part of the plan. All this 2030 agenda. If we do things right, we will be able to slow this down, and if we win, we will be able to stop this. I don't want this to happen to the UK or any country whatsoever. And we know that in the United States, it's not enough for Donald Trump to have become the next president, but there are states that want to do their own shenanigans. And speaking about being a president, I don't know how true is this, but there are rumors that Hillary Clinton could be considering running for president in 2028. She will be, I think that she will be more than 80 years old. I don't think that would be advisable. You remember that in 2016, that was a grueling campaign, and everybody saw the video that sealed the deal. The video that sealed the deal. You know what video I'm talking about? I really forgot to bring that video now. The video when she's brought to this Escalade, this black Escalade of this SUV, and she was just like passed out. She passed out, and this guy happened to just film the whole thing with his phone, and he released that onto social media, and it exploded, and everybody realized what is going on, what is happening to Hillary. Is this stress? Well, we can guess it was stress, and that was in 2016. Okay, imagine how much time will pass until 2028. I don't know. This is just not feasible. This is just not feasible. I think there are many. I've asked you this question many times. Who do you think is going to be the next? The strongest candidate for 2028, and we know that Turkey Kamala is not going to be. Nobody in their sane mind will try to repeat this, but I know how the human brain works. I know how the human mind works, and I'm pretty sure that of those 74 million people who voted for Kamala Harris, at least, I'm going to be conservative here, 25 million would vote for Kamala again. 25 million, maybe 30 million. But I'm not going to say half. I even have hopes for Democrats and liberals. I think that we can, we can drive some kind of common sense into them. But many people would be salty and they want a rematch. And Kamala is just 60 right now. She would be 64 in 2028. So maybe they would want her to run again. I don't know. Maybe people can vote for her in the primaries. Who knows? But I know that she's gonna be destroyed in any debate that she faces. So no, that's not gonna happen. Hillary, I don't want to say this word, but it's more than 80 years old. No, that is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. This is way too demanding. Please retire. Enjoy your millions and your Haitian slaves and all the things. My opinion, my first pick is that one of the strongest picks is going to be Josh Shapiro. The only reason why Josh Shapiro is not going to be or couldn't be an option is, because of all the Palestinian crazies, not the Palestinian people themselves, the people who march and protest for Palestine in the United States, which most of them are really paid for. They really, if you are so keen on protesting for Palestine, why don't you go to Palestine and protest there and try to do your part there at the Gaza Strip? That would help. That would help much more than destroying public property in the United States. And you know that being Jewish, I don't know. In this moment, it wouldn't happen. Who knows? But you know that irony of destiny. Destiny has a way to, life has a way to be ironic sometimes. Maybe Donald Trump fixes things. We already saw that there's a ceasefire in the works. That Netanyahu was speaking about a ceasefire just because of a call from Donald Trump. And the irony of destiny could be that Donald Trump fixes the thing between Israel and Palestine. Essentially, you still have to glass Hamas or throw them into space. Maybe Elon can help them with that. And then you can have an actual peaceful two-state solution. Again, I am not a specialist in the Middle East. I could be saying just crazy things. I'm trying to be the bring some common sense takes in here. And maybe the irony of destiny, that could actually help Josh Shapiro to run in 2028. That's the kind of place that could happen. That could be the other option. Well, I really wanted Gavin Newsom to run instead of Kamala. I remember those barely hours after we saw that document, that fake document with the fake Biden signature. We were just scrambling to X and say, okay, is this gonna be then Gavin Newsom? Is this gonna be Gavin? Probably, but I don't know. Maybe he's too white. I don't know what would happen in 2028, but if Gavin Newsom is one of the main candidates, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know what happened to him in that video that we analyzed I think it was yesterday. I really don't know. I have no idea. No, the other day. It was the other day that he was with all these filler words. It was all over the place. It was not in his medium. I don't know. He's a good public speaker. Even in interviews, he can defend himself quite well. But it would be interesting him running in 2028. Maybe running against J.D. Vance. That would be quite a debate. I would pay good money to watch that debate. At some point I said I want to watch a debate between Gavin Newsom and Vivek Ramaswamy, and that would also be like heavy lifters in there. The other option, what other options do we have? You thought that I was going to say Meghan Markle? You thought that I was going to mention Meghan Markle? At this point, anything goes. AOC is also now that we see that Kamala Harris has zero opportunity to be in that roster. We needed to seriously talk about AOC for 2028. And this is the kind of things that it's kind of like playing chess. It's like there's a strategy in chess. You say, maybe that is a good idea. Maybe that is a good idea that that AOC would be one of these strong candidates. Maybe you think that Bernie Sanders is gonna try again. I don't know. How old is going to be Bernie Sanders in 2028? There's a question. Oh, right now it's 83 years. He would be 87 in 2028. Oh, I didn't know that he was a Virgo. September 8. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. We share the same sun sign. All right, but no, Bernie Sanders is out. We have Joe Shapiro, AOC, and Gavin Newsom. That is, pick your poison. Pick your poison. I hear Cuba needs a president. Send her there. Yeah, no, I think I think maybe I could campaign for AOC. This is 5D chess that we are talking about. This is 5D chess. This is It's like this. Why did Zuckerberg switch back to his old reptile self? Zuckerberg was at Mar-a-Lago yesterday with Trump, and you remember that he had all this. He was tan. He had this lush hair. It had all this attitude, and all of a sudden he went back to his old lizard. Or maybe he sent the lizard clone. Maybe he sent the lizard clone. I still don't trust this guy at all. I think that he's a snake. In the sense that you know that when I say snake, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a lizard. That's a good joke, but no, he's a snake. He knows. He knows what he's doing. He's allowing all this misinformation on Facebook. He's allowing for all this AI slop on Facebook. He's allowing for all this fake news on Facebook. It's full of fake news, and that is his business. He knows that fake news is big business, and Facebook is not regulated in any way, shape, or form, even after all the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Even after that, it is incredible that Trump has, the dignity to, well, let's ring Mark Zuckerberg because he should be, I don't know, banned for life at Mar-a-Lago. But Trump knows that the only way to fix the country is through unity, and he needs to show that unity. But Mark Zuckerberg doesn't deserve to be there. Remember that I was banned from Facebook just because I reposted my YouTube videos of Kamala Harris in there. And YouTube has zero problem, zero issues with my Kamala analysis. And my Kamala analysis on Facebook got me banned without the right to appeal. And that's the same thing that happened to Smith and Wesson. You know that I love those guys. They make very nice. They are legends making this portable hole punchers. And Smith and Wesson says, despite our extensive efforts and resources spent on trying to adhere to Facebook's ever-changing community guidelines on firearms, our account was suspended indefinitely on Friday, November 22nd, 15 years after its original creation. And why this have we suspended your page? With the weapons, the story removed, post removed. Oh, I mean, what do you expect Smith and Wesson to do? They are the OGs of making guns. Did you know that? Yeah, the hole punchers, the portable hole punchers. And no, guns don't kill people. Maybe inexperienced or mentally ill or reckless people kill people. But guns in themselves are just tools, and guns in themselves are protected by the Second Amendment. So I don't see any reason why they would be banned. But this is why I tell you I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this guy at all. The only reason I still have an Instagram account, still have an Instagram account is to Cyber Squad my username in there. The Cyber Squad is to make sure that nobody else uses my username. The body language guy in there is like a TikTok. I really don't use TikTok. I use them at some point. I share an image on my Instagram like once a year. But it's just to make sure that nobody creates a body language guy account in there. Instagram is still somewhat usable, but Facebook, it's slop. And Instagram is becoming slop. I could defend Instagram in the sense that I have a lot of friends there who are musicians or artists that are really awesome at their stuff, and they use Instagram as their main way of sharing their craft. And well, I have to say that Instagram works for that, but at the same time, you know that some ladies mainly use Instagram for, let's say, some adult-related content, which it is, I certainly don't approve in any shape or form. But so there's that. You have to pick your poison. You have to choose what you do, and some people choose really bad. Like this lady right here, I believe this was in Portland, Oregon. Pro-crime, Colin Rock shared this. Pro-crime liberal activist was crying meltdown after her phone was allegedly stolen by a group of homeless men. This is a work of art. The woman was caught on camera by independent journalist Kevin V. Dahlgren. You can go and I'm going to give you a word of warning. You can follow. I visited Kevin V. Dahlgren. I'm going to highlight this so you can see it better. Kevin V. Dahlgren. I visited his X account just to check what was his content. And yes, it's rough. It's mainly about Portland, and boy, when you see a rundown city, it is. I hope that is not all the city is like that, but that what he's sharing, that is real, of course, is disheartening. This is something that must be stopped. America should not be like this. It's that a lot of people who need help. A lot of homeless people who actually need help. And these politicians, these local politicians, keep helping illegal immigrants, which I don't understand. I don't understand. So what does she say? She says, oh, if you stole it from rich scum, you can keep it, but I'm a good person. She's so deranged. She's so deranged. I'm sure that she wants to defund the police and all the stuff. And they said, oh, these people are not evil, but give me my phone back. And spoiler alert, she did not get her phone back. I'm going to play this. I don't have captions for this. If you can wait just a second and I generate the captions for you. So important. Let's make sure that we generate the captions so you can, if you need them, then we can analyzing. Okay, here we go.
Basically, I am not, if you stole it from rich scum, by all means keep it.
If you stole it from rich scum, I'm sure that she detests Elon Musk. That's for sure. She's trying to negotiate with these homeless people who stole her iPhone. Let's see how her negotiation skills are.
Sell it, but I'm like a really yeah. So. And I want to say, if you guys come up with my iPhone, I will give you more than, like, I'm an honest person.
I'm an honest person. Yeah, this is the kind of delusional reasoning that if you tell somebody, I mean, I'm not blaming anybody here. Maybe you actually need to sell an iPhone, although that is quite. Is that a thing? You can sell a stolen iPhone? Isn't that hard to unlock it? I have absolutely zero idea about that. What I do know is that things are stolen not exactly to get food, but to get drugs. Okay, that is just statistics. That's what happens in this, and you see that in that account, you will see things, and I'm warning you, you need a stomach to see those things. But then you have people like this who really believe that if you try to negotiate with the people who stole your phone, you're gonna get it back because you're a good person. Oh, I am a good person. You remember there was I think it was I thought it was harder. It is not hard. It is not hard to just unlock this is CW. You hit the nail on the head with this argument. I didn't realize you're spot on. I'm an honest person, but stealing from rich scum is cool. What kind of reasoning is that? What kind of reasoning is that? It's like, I remember Hugo Chavez who said that stealing for food is okay, and in some cases stealing, I would say that somebody needs to steal to give food to the family, but how many times it's to put food on their family's table, and how many times it's to, ransack a Gucci store? What are you going to do about it? You're going to sell that for food? No, you're going to sell that for drugs. That is the thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Oh, maybe there's a tiny possibility, but statistics don't care about if you're a good person or anything. You are just delusional. These people are just delusional. Oh yes, this is the kind of stuff. This is a problem. This is why these people keep believing that there's the rich people, the conservatives, the right wingers. Those are the source of all that is wrong with humanity. And it's very hard to deprogram them because they feel like, higher. They feel like bigger or more important or more virtuous just for saying, oh, I know that you're homeless, but I'm a good person. I'm an honest person. I'm an honest person. Nobody cares. If somebody steals your phone is gonna remain stolen. And you literally voted for this. So deal with the consequences of your actions. And when we talk about consequences of actions, well, this is like Narinder Kaur. You remember that? But I don't know if I was here on my Jesus Enrique Rosas channel or directly on my Royal Rogue channel. We talk about how Narinder Kaur was mocking Catherine, Princess of Wales, of how she looked when on Remembrance Day. And I guess that she got a lot of backlash on X, so she decided to go to Blue Sky. And how did it go? Well, I've been on Blue Sky less than 24 hours and the abuse has started. I thought it was meant to be the good place. No. Blue Sky is basically Reddit, but with way more PDF files, a lot more. And I'm not talking about the Adobe Acrobat type. No, if you know what I mean. That place is a cesspool. Threads is already a ghost town. You remember Mastodon as well? You remember that when Elon Musk bought Twitter, that people went flocking to Mastodon, and Mastodon had some CP problems, issues, and then it was, then we should go to Threads, and now nobody is on Threads, and now let's go to Blue Sky, and you have all these CP issues. If you don't know what CP is, I just cannot say it here in YouTube. I cannot say it out loud, but you know, yeah, the Diddy stuff with children, that's what I'm talking about. But this is what you get. This is what you get. I suggest that you stay on X, even if we need to have conversations with these people. I encourage these people to stay on X, like this guy, Eric Weinstein, and by the way, this is a tweet from Richard Hanania, which is another guy that I didn't pay much attention to. He's left-leaning. I don't know how to catalog him, but I'm following him just to catch up on the takes of the left. It's important to know what the left is thinking, and he was mentioning this interview by Trigonometry. I don't know if you follow Trigonometry on YouTube or follow Konstantin Kisin on X. Great interviews, by the way. Great thinker, by the way. I agree with many of Konstantin's stances. And he was interviewing Eric Weinstein. And you remember that I covered Eric Weinstein before the elections, that he didn't have the guts to really support, that he said, none of these parties are my America, or none of these Americas are my, something like that. He was going to sit on the fence. He was going to sit this one out. And he proceeded to point out every single mistake, every single error, every single malicious trait from the Biden-Harris administration, but no, I'm not going to support Trump. And now he says, now, after Trump won, he hopes the Trump administration will destroy DEI, which will, quote, bring back the great man theory of physics, end of quote, at which point Eric Weinstein's ideas will start to be taken seriously and we can think about conquering the stars. Oh, that is nice. I think that is nice. And you think which other thing is nice? To grow a pair of balls. And if you know that the Biden-Harris administration has completely destroyed the United States in 4 years, then it's your duty and obligation to, hey, you know what? I'm going to support Donald Trump. But, no, I need to stay on the sidelines. Now what? You're spineless. That is being spineless. It would have helped if you had the balls to support Trump before the elections. Now nobody is going to pay attention to you. We should talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson, by the way. I've been thinking of talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson a long time ago. But there are a lot of things or levels of insanity in this regard. And I'm going to share with you something that happened back in January. This is old news, but I needed to just share with you this. Emma Watson, like Sam Smith, has decided to self-partner. She will also be co-parenting her inner child. This was shared by Deborah Fauché. But this was from January. This appeared on January on The Independent. Self-partnering. What is that? I mean, when she said self-partnering, I remember when, I don't know, Playboy magazine was a thing for, my generation. That's what I thought that she meant by self-partnering. And maybe she had, I don't know, some kind of device with that moves or something, or it's like a portable jackhammer. I'm not going to go into details, but somebody says self-partnering, and yeah, any creative mind will think about that. You thought about that. I'm sure that you thought about that. I was not the only one. But what does this mean? What is this insanity? She detailed that she meant by the term self-partner through she had mentioned being single, which should be the boring way to say it. Her idea of being self-partnered isn't necessarily about me celebrating being single. So this is more sophisticated than that. Battery operated. But you know, JE. Sometimes battery operated, but batteries can run out. So it's better if you connect it to a wall socket. Maybe it has more power. Yeah, portable jackhammer is something that nowadays people are looking for, stronger experiences and emotions. I don't know, there's so many stuff out there. Getting to the point when I was 30, I was realizing, maybe I figured out some things about how to care for myself better, maybe quite well actually, and taking pride in that. And what I don't understand, and why does she say the words self-partner? Oh yeah, she has to come up with some kind of new term to look interesting because she is essentially, after starring as Hermione in Harry Potter, she has been, basically nobody. I remember a very bad movie. I don't even remember the name of the movie. I regret going to the cinema to watch that slob. It was a movie with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson about social media that left me like, what? Why did I come to this slob? Give me my 2 hours back. But then, this is the key word, and you're gonna notice that people say this all the time. These celebrities are saying this all the time. Coming out of COVID, I really understood the importance of building community. Building community. We have heard that before, right? We heard that yesterday on Kamala's drunken stupor. The sense of community, building community. All these celebrities and lousy politicians are talking about building community. Even the people at CNN and MSNBC are talking about building community. You know why? You want to know why? Because they have realized that Hollywood, politics, the mainstream media are no longer that strong. They are no longer what drives the public opinion. We are the media now. Remember that meme from Captain Phillips? Look at me. I am the media now. We are the media now. We have communities. People are complaining about, how is this possible? I think there was somebody, a politician in Australia, saying that it is insane. That it is. There's another word. It was not insane. It was another word. It was another word that how people could listen to Joe Rogan. And what is the problem of listening to Joe Rogan? Good for him. He's just having conversations with people. He's just having conversations. That's what I want to do. That's why I will be starting to do interviews, having a conversation. Because I want to introduce these opinions to my lovely community. The community that I have built. But community needs, to build a community, you need two things. Very easy. The first one is time. Building a community requires time. In fact, it's three things. The second one is commitment. You have to bring something to your community. I brought you tips about manipulation, tips about body language, tips about reading people, tips about statement analysis. I bring you something new in what you already are watching. If you're watching gossip or the royals or politics, I bring you a fresh opinion about that. And the third one is the most important. You need authenticity. Authenticity, and this is why I talk so much about AI. And so many people that say, well, you can generate You can generate 100 YouTube videos a day if you automate with ChatGPT. If you automate with these tools, you can generate 100 videos, 100 video essays about science, about history, whatever you want, and doing nothing and sit back and relax. And that audience, that is not going to be a real audience, because they could have their history essays anywhere else, and they're going to look for real people. I'm going to give you the secret. I'm going to give you the secret. This is something that this is of incalculable worth or value. The actual currency right now is authenticity. I mean, what I'm doing right here, you can do it as well. And I really encourage you to do it. There is a public for everything. There's a public for an audience for what you do, what your opinions. It's something you can do. Maybe you say, "Oh my God, but nobody knows me." Yeah, nobody knew me when I got started. It's like I got started in social media in 2009 in Venezuela, locally. Then I moved at a Latin American way, and then I moved on to a world stage. Okay, has been a lot of time, but right now it's easier because everyone is connected. Everyone is connected. This is what we need. I mean, this is not going to tell you that you absolutely need to have a brand online, but in many ways, it's the only way to stand out. It's the only way to stand out in sharing your values and sharing your knowledge, you literally need zero investment. Opening a YouTube account is free, and you can create videos the very first day that you create a YouTube account. But you need authenticity. Why Brie Larson? You remember Brie Larson? I don't know if Brie Larson has been updating her YouTube channel as of late. You know that Brie Larson had a YouTube channel. Brie Larson, she has 600.
Hi,
No, I don't want to listen to you. Let me see videos. No, the last video. Oh my God. Brie Larson has I have more subscribers than Brie Larson. I'm going to show you right here, so you don't get. I don't want you to feel excluded. I don't want you to feel excluded. I'm going to do this. The magic is Brie Larson. She's got 652K subscribers, but the latest video was 1 year ago. And the video after that was 2 years ago. Yeah, basically 2 years ago, she gave up. Why? And you see that, well, she did not upload that recently. Why? You had more than 600. You have a platform. You can do this. You know what happens? That the problem is that these people are property of the studios, and the studios control what you say. If Disney controls you, if Disney controls, that she starred in that movie, The Marvels, I guess that she was trolled a lot, and it's not because of Bry herself, it's because those scripts were shit. No other way to say it. Is that those scripts were extremely bad, were trash, and then you have so many subscribers, but you cannot talk to them in an authentic way. You have to be filtered. You cannot be spontaneous because you are controlled by Hollywood, or you are controlled by the swamp, or you are controlled by, I don't know, the music industry. It's all the same, and people are fed up with that. People want authenticity. In fact, the only industry that still has some authenticity, quote unquote, is the music industry, but still, you see that everything is formulaic, that music is getting boring, that you don't have any more bands, but products, made up artists that are just generated with, let's say, tools at a studio. And it's not the same. It's not the same anymore. Authenticity, it's the real currency. If you want to go places, you absolutely need to be authentic. You can do the same thing that I do, literally. I am not doing anything special here. I have takes, I have certain knowledge, I have wits, and I try to use them as much as I can. And I have worked them out, and I have the patience to build this community. This is what those people want. Those people want to. How do we have a left-wing Joe Rogan? You can't. Because Joe Rogan, it was left-leaning all along. What was the difference? He only had conversations. And he had conversations with people who were on the right side of the spectrum, or the left side of the spectrum, who were pro-vaccines or against vaccines. It didn't matter. He spoke to everybody. And he built this, and ultimately, he said that, well, the common sense take is this. And the common sense take in these elections was not Kamala Harris. That's why they are complaining. So I'm digressing a bit. I'm going off the record a bit with this. But I thought it was important because I really care about so many of you, and I'm sure that so many of you have these wonderful takes that you could be sharing with the world, and the world is starved of your takes. I want to guide you. I want to encourage you. You have a voice. You have a wonderful voice. And the world needs to hear your wonderful voice, your wonderful opinions. It's going to take time. Not going to lie. They say that YouTube is a marathon, but if you share your ideas once a week at least, it's going to pay off. Guaranteed. Please consider that. Consider that. This is why we see things like this. We were talking about Wicked yesterday. We talked about Wicked yesterday, but we couldn't even think how bad was this press tour. It's one press tour, and that press tour has appearances. These appearances are one worse than the other. Here it goes.
At the end of it, they said, you have to be good and you have to be kind to everybody.
Whoa.
And she is a good witch.
Yeah, that's the message.
You know what I mean? It's that impact.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
She is a good witch. If kids can feel that, then
Yeah.
This is what I tell you. It looks rehearsed. I want somebody to tell me if this is if they are really like this in real life. Like if you talk to them at a tea shop, or you take them for coffee, or like I don't know. See, I need Cynthia Rivo. I didn't know her name. Cynthia. If you take Cynthia, for example, let's say I invite Cynthia. I don't know where I can take Cynthia. Maybe, where do you think I can take Cynthia for coffee? Starbucks. I don't know if those talents are forbidden in some. Let's say I take Cynthia to grab some coffee. Is she going to behave like this? This stiff? This rehearsed? I mean, is there a person right there? Or is she, I don't know, being manufactured by the movie industry? Has she been cloned by Disney? Although with the what happened with her poster, with the poster of Wicked, that she was complaining about the redesign, well, I think that she is actually full of herself. I think that she's actually full of herself. But Ariana, I have she looks yellow right here. She looks like a Simpsons episode. She looks like a Simpsons Ariana Grande. But I have never really been a fan of her. The last time I mentioned her was the analysis of Quiet on Set, the documentary about Nickelodeon. Was so disturbing of what we saw, of what was happening to her. Are these people like this? I don't know. Oh, I could take Cynthia to a drag queen show. I could take Cynthia to a drag queen show. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. This she would fit nicely in there. She looks the part, although she's a woman, right? But do these people know what is a woman? Can they define what is a woman? I don't know. I sometimes get lost in these topics because I haven't done my DEI training, my trans training, and all those trainings that I should be doing to make these videos and speak properly about these terms. It is not just. It's like this. Adrienne Curry was talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson. I wanted to talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson because this man is clueless. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the human embodiment of why no one trusts the science anymore. If we don't trust celebrities for authenticity, if we don't trust politicians for authenticity, if we don't trust the mainstream media for authenticity, the last frontier is not trusting the science, because the science right now makes no damn sense, especially the people who claim to be defenders of science, in this case, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I have never been a fan of Bill Maher. Sometimes Bill Maher has good takes, I can acknowledge that. But in this case, he was really trying to push onto the idea of, okay, why do you hate Elon Musk so much if he wants to take us to Mars? You are an astrophysicist, Neil. You are an astrophysicist. Your life is looking into the sky at night and dreaming about the stars, and you got the wealthiest man in the world, or okay, I give him that, to bring us to Mars, to have a permanent base in the moon, and you're against that?
I'm just saying. How soon could Elon Musk realistically send humans to Mars? Another good question.
I have strong views on that.
I have strong views on that. You see that, well, he is not amused for once, and that is disturbing in itself.
My read of the history of space exploration is such that we do big, expensive things only when it's geopolitically expedient, such as we feel threatened by an enemy. And
so forget that we dream of things, dream of discovery. For example, when people didn't know what was at the other side of the ocean, or what was in the North Pole or the South Pole, or in one volcano or in the moon, you know, that sense of discovery? No, we only do the things when they are geopolitically important. No, give me a break. Give me a break.
So for him to just say, let's go to Mars because it's the next thing to do, what does that venture capitalist meeting look like?
What does that venture capitalist look like? You think everything is for money, Neil? Everything has to have a return on investment? I'm going to ask you, what was the return on investment of the Sistine Chapel ceiling? The greatest artwork in the history of humanity, in my opinion, at least. What was the return on investment on the Mona Lisa? What was the return on investment on, I don't know, art? Art has not really return on investment. Some people just make art because they feel like it, not because there's money involved. Sometimes there's no money involved and people will make art, will create things in spite of having no money involved. This is a travesty of, I don't know, in Spanish we say divulgador científico. I don't know how to say that in English. Okay, it's like Isaac Asimov, Carl Sagan, where divulgadores científicos. I don't know how to say that in English. Like you are the scientific science broadcaster. I don't know if you can help me in. You can help me in the comments.
So Elon, what do you want to do? I want to go to Mars. How much will it cost? $1 trillion. Is it safe? No, people will probably die. What's the return on the investment? Nothing. That's a 5-minute meeting, and it doesn't happen. So,
and then this is the thing that I don't like about this shows. Like people begin to clap and laugh, but for no reason, just because they have this light that turns on and tells you to laugh and clap. That's why it's so artificial. It is not authentic. Nobody should be. It's like, is that a joke? He's not telling a joke. He's like speaking seriously. I don't know.
So we agree. I'm not for going to Mars.
okay, wait. I got nothing against Mars. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, the clapping is so annoying.
here's how we get to Mars. Ready? China leaks a memo. Doesn't even have to be true. They leak a memo that they want to put military bases on Mars.
Right.
Then we're on Mars in 10 months, but NASA doesn't have its spacecraft. But Elon does. Here's my spacecraft to Mars, and we end up paying him to use his spaceship to get to Mars.
You see all the covert anger, like, oh, Elon has these spaces and we pay him to go to Mars. It's this resentment. It's this huge resentment against the guy who wants to get us closer to the stars. And this guy here is the DEI of astrophysicists. He's the DEI of astrophysicists because he's battling the idea of becoming interplanetary and interplanetary civilization. I mean, I have been dreaming for that since I was 6 years old. And this guy pretends to, I don't know, criticize any possibility that we can literally set foot on another planet. It's something this boils my blood, makes my blood boil. I've been dreaming of becoming an astronaut, of traveling space, of going to another planet since I was 6 years old. I've told you about that. It's nothing that I wanted to be. What do you want to be? When they asked me on elementary school, what do you want to be? I want to be an astronaut. It's like I was not going to be part of NASA, but maybe commercially I will be able to go to Mars. And this prick is against that. Popular scientists, that could be the term.
And that'd be easy for China because Mars is already red, right? So that'd be an easy sell. That'd be an easy sell. Okay? That's how. So I don't see it happening until governments judge that it's geopolitical.
You understand why these shows, the audience of these shows have been dwindling and going lower and lower and lower. They don't know what to do. This is the reason. Authenticity and credibility as
Politically in our interest. Otherwise, I don't see it as just an exploration.
But I believe President-elect Trump has some interest in Mars, so you might have another conversation in a couple of months.
At some point, somebody has to pay for it, and just being interested in something is not the same thing as paying for it.
It's this. I have a hard time. Also, remember that he has another take about science in which he claims as a scientist that men and boys have literally zero biological advantage over girls and women. Yes, he's a hack. There's no other way to define him. He's a hack. But I needed to expose him. I had this clip sitting there like for 1 week, and I said at some point I need to talk about this guy.
Well, there are people there. I mean, I listened to that podcast with Joe Rogan. It took 4 hours and two bottles of wine, but I listened to it.
Why?
Yeah, it's something that I learned to despise. The clapping and the laughing.
Why do his comments of what he thinks is alive on Mars matter to you at all?
Because
He's president.
I was wondering.
You can make it happen.
I thought maybe that he might escape there for the holidays. You know, you got me stuck on the damn holidays now.
The point is, you can't live on Mars.
You can't live on Mars. Well, I guess that maybe people say that you cannot have a base in Antarctica, and we have a base in Antarctica. It's mad as hell, but we got it. Okay? So you just don't say we cannot do that. You don't say that to real men. Because weak men will say, oh, you cannot do that. You cannot do it. That is just not possible. That is just not feasible. Who's going to pay for that? That is beta cook thinking. You're so pathetic. All of you are beta cook pathetic. You couldn't even be called man. You have no balls. I just needed to expose them for what they are.
I've said this so many times. How badly would we have to rat fuck Earth?
Yeah.
Before it was worse than a place that's 200 below zero.
Yeah.
With no air.
I'm with you.
No water. With 6 months.
Preach it.
This is sad. I mean, you know, all the advancements in civilization, all the scientists that have done actual science, that have dreamed of things, that have they think that they are clever. All the scientists in the history of humankind that have said, you know what, this seems impossible, let's do it. This literally seems impossible, let's do it. That is what men do. That is what men do, not this. Oh, let's crack jokes about this. Let's crack jokes. Let's say like we are clever. No, you are not clever. And I don't even need to wish you bad luck. You are drawing both Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Maher. Both of them are doing that bad luck upon themselves. I don't have to do anything at all.
You do. In addition, Elon wants to terraform Mars. And if you do that, you could then just walk off a spaceship and breathe the air. But if that's Earth Plan B, what did you do to Earth that now you got to go to Mars? If you messed up Earth...
Nobody has said if you messed up Earth. The idea is to have clean air on Earth with nuclear power, you sob, which is the idea, right? So you can, what is the problem with the fossil fuels? The problem with fossil fuels is that you need to create machines to capture that carbon monoxide that is the product, which is different from carbon dioxide, and all that requires technology. You can essentially have a clean Earth and be dreaming of reaching other planets at the same time. This is not a zero-sum game. It's not like, you need to go to another planet because you're going to destroy planet Earth. No, you're destroying common sense, that for sure, because that is not really an argument. You're trying to have an argument against going to another planet, because you're going to destroy this Earth. Let me hear your takes about climate change, and let me hear your not takes about nuclear power, because I'm pretty sure that he never talks about nuclear power.
But you're good enough to turn Mars into Earth, then you can turn Earth back into Earth and never have to go where.
Yeah, you're so clever. You're so clever. So there was this other clip. I think this clip was about Carl Sagan, and Carl Sagan saying it like it is. Carl Sagan say it like it is. We are way past the schedule today. Way past the schedule. Let's see. Almost 1 hour and a half. But I want you to watch this clip. I want you to watch this clip. See,
Carl Sagan could not have predicted 2021, but he did see it coming.
See?
He wrote the following back in 1995, and we quote, "I have a foreboding of an America in my children's or grandchildren's time when the United States is a service and information economy, when nearly all the manufacturing industries have slipped away to other countries, when awesome technological powers are in the hands of a very few, and no one representing the public interest can even grasp the issues."
Okay, this is important to understand that when you can see into the future, is because you have analyzed the past enough to understand what is going to happen. It's like that interview of Isaac Asimov, which is one of my favorite guys in the history of humankind, when he predicted how the internet was going to be. And it gives me goosebumps every time Isaac Asimov says, you know what? Every person will have their personal TV station. And I grew up to have my personal TV station. It's something that is, so many years have passed, and it's something that is just not possible. That is impossible. How are we going to be connected? How are we going to be going to the university from our own home? Are we going to be able to work from home, connected to some kind of net? Or how is that possible? That is science fiction. And that is the idea, making the impossible possible.
When the people have lost the ability to set their own agendas or knowledgeably question those in authority, when clutching our crystals and nervously consulting our horoscopes, our critical faculties in decline, unable to distinguish between what feels good and what's true.
I have to remove that, make sure that I remove something I have to do, is that I know that music is, that music, that's the problem. I have an issue with that music. I can't voice isolation. I have to do the voice isolation. Why? Because I know that YouTube is gonna trigger me. That music I think is from a Christopher Nolan movie.
We slide almost without noticing back into superstition and darkness. The dumbing down of America is most evident in the slow decay of substantive content and the enormously influential media.
Well, not enormously influential anymore.
The 30-second sound bites now down to 10 seconds or less.
Imagine that.
Lowest common denominator programming, credulous presentations on pseudoscience and superstition, but especially a kind of celebration of ignorance. Roll that around for a while. Those were among his final published words. He died 10 months later. Here we are 25 years later, realizing just what he was trying to tell us back.
Yeah, he was trying to warn us about this celebration of ignorance. And Neil deGrasse Tyson is essentially celebrating, he's celebrating non-achievement, the possibility to not achieve something, the possibility of not exploring beyond, even if it's dangerous as F. That is the idea. This is what we should be doing. If it's hard, we go for it. If we think it's impossible, we make it possible. What should we do? What should we do? Let's see, and I in the comments was one super chat from Samantha. Samantha, thank you for your super chat. Thank you all for spending American Turkey Day with us. Jesus, we love you. This chat is beyond wonderful. Yeah, one thing that I really love about this show is the chat. It's so polite. It's so great. It's so You have so great takes, every single one of you. I love this. Is the community. This is the community that they want and they will never get, because we are authentic and we can do it in real time, and I can make mistakes, and I apologize for not being able to stream to Rumble today, but the show went on and we had a great show today, 1 hour and a half. We talk about a lot of things. We share these opinions, we share these jokes, we share these takes, and we share some time, and I learn a bit from you, and maybe I hope that you learn a bit from me. But the most important thing here is to be entertained and to have hope for the future, and that we can do great things for the future. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And until we meet on another video, or maybe tomorrow on episode 31, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.